Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. As usual, I'm thinking about we the people. I'm thinking about basic human rights for all of us. That gives us that joy of being alive. And so I'm sitting and I'm watching the telly, and they come on with this little short episode talking about how successful some athletes are, more specifically basketball players. They were talking about 10 basketball players who are the 10 richest guys that have come along. And I sat there and I listened to them highlight these guys. And I'm thinking, these guys, they've hustled, they've given it all they got, and these are the rewards that they reaped from their commitment, their dedication. And then I'm thinking about other people who've engaged in other industries. I'm thinking about people who have given it their best shot and they have reaped. And so as I thought about that, I also thought about those of us who haven't reached to that status. And that caused me to make some notes. And I want to share with you because things like this, these are very important. And so as I make these notes, I say that there are people that have learned and they appreciate America's economic capitalistic system. No doubt. Many of them are doing quite well. Judging by the wealth they have amassed, owning mansions, owning yachts, owning lines of expensive cars, owning gyms and restaurants and sports teams, owning investment firms. They own millions and billions. They learn the system. Some are, as I indicated, sports figures. Some are actors. Some are singers and dancers, and some are painters and inventors. Some are engineers and tech nerds, etc. Fewer teachers. Prosperity gospels. Those are producing much money for the wealthy. Now, many of these people are legitimately wealthy people. They followed the rules, they did the hard work, and they are blessed. They represent about, I would say, 1.5% of the population. And these can do basically what they want to do because they are not limited by a lack of money. It's legal. But is it fair? Why must 98% of the remaining population have to struggle? Is there a better way that works for the 98% and does not hurt any of the 1.5%? Well, this is the mission of basic human rights. It is to discover and reveal the path that frees us to life, and that is for all human beings. What it is, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Just as many profit and prosper here, according to our system, there are those that profit and prosper in systems where dictators, where murderers run the show. There's always those who profit. These legitimizes the systems. And they all rest on the shoulders of those who find themselves in a lesser position. The universe was created on a certain scheme. It is maintained on that scheme. Everybody, every individual wants to be satisfied in life. but a deception has set in. One is that if you utilize your gifts to participate in the process of creating, that you will amass in such an abundance that everyone who engages in the process would be able to withdraw from that which is created, which rests in the reservoir of goods and services, whatever they need, whatever they want, whatever they desire, at whatever leisure. Another thought process is that you can allow that to happen, but you don't have to engage in it. You don't have to engage in the process of creating. You engage in the process of receiving, of getting. And so while you are getting, those who are giving do not have access, because what is released to them is just to get by. That is the way of all systems. Only one system works that provides for every human being on the face of the earth, and that is the system that was designed to do that. And that is the system that is built by the hands, the mouths, the power of the individuals that receive from it, working for a common goal. But the key is to be lucky or blessed to engage yourself in the process of a career that you have chosen that gives you your greatest joy. So doing is your joy, and nobody controls that but you. Doing is your greatest joy. And as a result, it is interconnected with everything else that everyone else is doing. So you suffer for nothing. So I'm thinking that the rich people, you wouldn't lose anything if we changed the system that permitted people to have, are entitled because they are part owners. That includes you. That takes away only this idol worship that people hold or have held for you. They idly worship you. And they might still idly worship you, because whatever gifts you present to humankind are still there. But you are not alone. All around you is success. All around you. And because you're so into your own and so satisfied with your own, everything else is satisfactory as well. And everybody's satisfied. This is what I want people to understand, that we can choose to live a different kind of way. We don't have to live where only a few people benefit. You know the results of that: the pain, the suffering, the lying, the cheating, the stealing, the killing, the terror, and the war, the hatred, the racism, the bigotry. We know that story. All of that is a result. Oh, one other thing before I go. I wanted to tell you the reason that we have a Donald Trump. Donald Trump was created. Now, when I say Donald Trump, I'm not just talking about that one individual. I'm talking all the people that were raised by people who were taught that slavery was justified, that black people were inhuman, that were taught all of that garbage about black people. And even though struggles were being made to bring about changes within society, to change things somewhat, because people were maturing and recognizing that people were human beings and they were maybe equal to animals. But they still had this in their heart, and they still treated black people as second-class citizens, and black people still are treated as second-class citizens. That's why we got a Voting Rights Act or not. because you're not a citizen. You have to be certified to do this. Anyway, the point of it is, by doing that, you, in the midst of all that you were lying to yourselves about, were actually creating this monster. When I say this monster, I'm talking about all of those that support that style of living. Murder, force, kicking butts, no kind of justice for compassion and righteousness or anything. That was created right here in the midst of this America. And we still haven't changed, because down in the South, they want to start it all over again. Don't tell the truth about black. Don't tell the truth about slavery. Lie. Lie while we got the power. Take those books, burn them up. This is what they're saying do. And they can get away with it. Will they get away with it? I don't think so. Because the power to switch all of that around and change it is in our hands. We can change, and nobody has to suffer. Now, it will take a minute for those who believe that they are supposed to receive. And so if people stop doing the way things are normally done, that they're going to suffer. They don't understand. But it is by doing, being committed. If they can be committed to follow a lie, if they can be committed to follow that which destroys, then there should be people who are committed to do the right thing, to enjoy it, and benefit from it. I think I'll leave it there. I didn't mean to talk that long. Thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.